Huawei's mid-range tablet, the MediaPad M5 Lite, is no slouch. I gave it a review on All About Android this week, and that's up next.
This is Twit.
This episode of Hands on Tech is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile provides the same premium network coverage you're used to, but at a fraction of the cost, because everything is online. To get your new wireless plan for $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/hot. As you know, I was out of town for the past week. I was off the shows because I was taking a vacation.
Good for you.
Nothing spectacular. I went to Boise to see family, but still, it was great. While I was gone, I happened to take a tablet with me that I got shortly after Megan was kind of packing up her office and about to leave. She had this tablet. She's like, I never was able to review the Huawei MediaPad M5 Lite. I had it. I was going to do it as an Android review. I just didn't get around to it. So she gave it to me to check out, and I took it on my trip. And I have to say, I enjoyed it a lot. So I thought I'd kind of give it a little bit of a spin on the show and give it a little bit of a review. As you can see, this is full aluminum build of the MediaPad M5 Lite. Feels really sturdy, feels substantial. It's a 10.1-inch 1920 by 1200 IPS LCD display. And it's LCD, so that kind of works for the fact that this is, I would say, kind of like a mid-range tablet option. Kind of in the mid-range area. It's $300 tablet, so definitely more than the Walmart On tablet that I reviewed a few weeks ago. But the LCD display, is not as amazing as something like an OLED or whatever, but definitely the display on this device is one of its big upsides. It has kind of a nice curved glass on the tablet itself. You can kind of see it curving on the edges, which gives it a nice feel. It does have that fingerprint sensor down at the bottom, which I have to say I really like having on a tablet. It makes it really easy, A, to go home if you like, even though the home button is right there. But B, it's just really nice to be able to tap that and get in through security on a tablet, which is something I'm so used to on a phone, not as much so on a tablet. It has a quad speaker array, 2 at the top and then 2 down in the bottom. These are actually Harman Kardon tuned speakers. They actually sound really nice when I'm playing games or when I'm watching a movie or whatever, and especially compared to the aforementioned On tablet that I reviewed that sounded like a greeting card speakers, basically. And I'm not even exaggerating on that. Power, volume, and rocker, or the power and volume rocker are on this side, which is... which they operate really well. They're nice and firm. The one complaint I have is like when I'm playing Dr. Mario, it forces perspective in a portrait perspective like this with the power button on the bottom. So if you happen to be lapping it, have it in your lap while you're playing, you might bump into that and kind of push into it. But that's kind of a small complaint as far as that's concerned. 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage. It does have a micro SD card slot that you can get to right over here. There are other versions of this tablet that also share this slot with a SIM card. So you could drop a SIM card in there and have a true mobile experience if you like. This does not have that, just FYI. And a 7,500 milliamp hour battery with USB-C fast charge, which the USB-C is down there as well. It also has the Courage port, so you've got a headphone port. It has some really cool features, one of which I forgot to bring into the studio here with me, but I will get it after the show. It's the M Pen, which is basically Huawei's S Pen replacement. Samsung has their S Pen. This has the M Pen. It's a stylus. It takes 4A batteries. So it's not a rechargeable pen by any stretch. You use the pen. You throw the what is that? A quadruple A battery. I'm so not used to quadruple A batteries. So you might have to buy a pack and have them on, stocked up just in case it burns out. But 2048 layer pressure sensitivity, which is totally fine. If that happens to be your thing. I have no real need for a stylus when I'm using a tablet personally, but I think it's really nice that it includes this on a $300 tablet. So that's pretty cool. Oh, hey, Burke. Thank you. Actually, here it is. Here's the M Pen. It's amazing, isn't it? It actually has a clip and everything, but it's kind of also aluminum as well. So it's got a nice tight feel to it. And they have some apps installed on here that you can, use to draw and write and actually transcribe your notes. Chrome OS. What's that?
I use that app on Chrome OS.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually
as well.
Kind of cool because here, I'm going to try without an account because as you write here, I'll go ahead.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Nice.
So testing, and you can see it dropped in. It was able to recognize my scribbly handwriting and transcribe it into testing and everything. So this is not a dumb pen. This is an active pen. And so if you like, having stylus, like an active stylus, this is definitely something to check out, especially considering it comes with the tablet and it's $300. So you get that right out of the box. And
Does it have a tilt sensitivity?
For like when different edges and stuff? Yeah. I don't know if this is the right app to show that off because this app, whether I'm light or hard, it's the same thickness. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's partially because
a drawing app.
Yeah, it would be more like a drawing app, and I don't know how to find that based on the things that were included on the app. It's probably not going to be my script calculator, that's for sure. But 1 + 1 = 2. Hey, Huawei, you got it right. Good job. This episode of Hands on Tech is brought to you by Mint Mobile, the wireless company that provides the same premium network coverage you're used to, but at a fraction of the cost because everything is online. Mint Mobile cuts the overhead, then passes the savings directly to you. Get your new wireless plan with unlimited nationwide talk and text for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free at mintmobile.com/hot. That's mintmobile.com/hot. mintmobile.com/hot.
I tried out the Huawei MediaPad M5, I think, if I recall correctly, a while back, and they make really good tablets. I know we talk a lot about who's making tablets these days, and whoa, someone's doing fractions now.
I'm adding
which
to
is
it,
scary. I don't like it. And I really wish that more folks knew about like Huawei's tablets because they still make pretty compelling Android tablets for what people want a tablet to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're not so pricey.
Yeah, and I would agree. That's kind of the definition of this tablet, right? $300. And it does get a lot of the basics right. For one, the display, like I said, is really great for this price range. You get 1080p content that looks really nice and sharp. It impressed me anyways.
People just want to watch video. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, I watched some YouTube videos, watched a little bit on Netflix. Things look great. I also played a lot of games. So performance-wise, this has EMUI 8.0, which as a kind of environment for the home screen and interface is not necessarily my favorite. It's definitely a skinned environment, but I will give it that it seems and felt really fast. I never really felt like it was slowing me down necessarily. Everything felt, pretty quick and snappy. And I can hop around and all the typical stuff you do throughout the UI to kind of show that it's fast. It's got a Kirin 659 that I feel like performs pretty well for this class, and it makes the interface and the games that I played not trip up or anything. Skyforce Reloaded, of course, is one of my all-time favorites. The new Dr. Mario World, tease for a little bit later in the show. They perform perfectly. Asphalt 9 is a highly intensive mobile game with a lot of action, a lot of high-res graphics. I put it on high-quality graphics and played through, and there's a little bit of choppiness here and there. That's where I could kind of tell that this is maybe a lesser, a lower quality processor inside, but it still worked. It's
300.
Things look great, and it still moved. It was just things would kind of stutter at points, but it did not make it unplayable. And I think that Huawei would also position this as kind of a good device for kids. It has this Kids Korner app, which has its own interface, and it's lockable, so you can kind of bring the stuff in here, and lock your kids into a controlled universe of apps and games and that sort of stuff. And you're going to know my password for my parent device, which is 1234. I do that just for you. So it ships with Android 8 Oreo. So this is with Oreo. This came out a few months ago. And I was a little disappointed when I kind of was doing some research on the device because Huawei had told PC Mag back in February that this device would receive no OS updates. I find that very concerning if it was, launched with Android 8 Oreo and it never received another OS update. But in April, Huawei released launch plans for EMUI 9.1. That is based on Android Pie, and the M5 Lite is listed there in that post. So no time frame, but I think that's good news. At least you should get this device upgraded to Android Pie and the new EMUI 9.1 that you're seeing in Huawei's newest devices. If you can find them. Of course, that's the other challenge is Huawei has a challenge, at least here in the United States, of getting its devices seen. You can buy this on Amazon. It's $299.99, which I think is a pretty reasonable price. I think it's a great tablet at an affordable price, nice quality display, and actually the design is very nice. It feels like I really enjoyed pulling this out and using it. And that's not always the case with all tablets that I've used recently. It would make a solid kids tablet option. But like I said, I enjoyed using it well for myself. I think the only thing that scares me is this whole update scenario. I think, having those communication lines crossed is a little concerning. But I'd be really, really surprised if Huawei didn't at least update it to Pi because they're doing it with so many of their other devices right now. And this came out literally a couple of months ago. So that is the Huawei MediaPad M5 Lite. And I don't know. What do you guys think?
Who says tablets are dead?
Well, a lot of people seem to say that, but I think this is a great tablet that shows that they're not entirely.
As a loyal tablet user, I think that, like a lot of people have a hard time with what the use case is, but in terms of, a reading device, a media device, where you're showing there a creativity device, drawing and things like that, it has a lot of practical applications. And with a good device, a tablet can be really enriching piece of hardware to have in your repertoire. It's a little bigger than a phone, a little smaller than a laptop, right? It fits that gaming, it fits. It definitely checks a lot of boxes. And whenever I've had a good tablet, I've always been the better for it. So I'm glad to see a good one out there.
Yeah, every morning I would wake up and I'd play. I'm getting far on Skyforce Reloaded. I'm so proud of my progress. But anyways, sometimes I'd have to play it on my phone and it just wasn't the same. Like I wanted to get back on this tablet and play the dang game because it's just so much fun. But having all of that extra screen real estate really, it goes a long way of showing why a tablet can sometimes be the better solution than just a tiny little phone,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to get lost if I start playing this game. So I'm going to stop. There we go. And I'm going to go home with a fingerprint sensor. And there you go. Great tablet, worth checking out. Huawei's MediaPad M5 Lite with the included M Pen as well.
Keep up with all the hottest tech news and gadgets. Visit twit.tv. There you'll be able to find and subscribe to all our tech shows. Thanks for watching Hands on Tech.